Hi friends, so today let's take a look at some spring must-have patterns. These patterns can definitely be used as transitional patterns, so you can definitely use these patterns in spring and the summer, and that's one of the reasons why I classified it as must-have patterns. And also I love that there are different patterns on this list that you can actually create a mini capsule wardrobe with. So I definitely think that these patterns will be really great for the spring and the summer because you can actually transition from spring to summer and also create a mini capsule wardrobe. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into today's video and let's look at some of these beautiful patterns that you can transition from spring to summer and also create a mini capsule wardrobe with. So I want to first start with skirts, and the first skirt that I have on the list that I think would be really great for spring and summer is the Vogue V2032. This is a newly released pattern, so as you can imagine, I have not had a chance to make it, but it's definitely on my sewing list for the spring or the summer of 2024. This pattern you can purchase this pattern in PDF or paper copy, and you can select the size 8 to 16 or 18 to 26. So this is a beautiful, beautiful lined skirt. It has a semi-fitted fit through the hip. It sits 1 inch below the waistline, has a front fly zipper, side pockets, back belt pockets, belt loops, front slit, and front and back pin tuck. So in terms of sewing rating, this is intermediate to advanced. However, I think if you're up for a challenge, this would be such a beautiful, beautiful skirt to make this spring and summer. I've seen this on the runway for the Fashion 2024 spring and summer trends, and I think that this is going to be such a spectacular sew. I'm definitely going to give this one a try. I don't know if I'm going to make it for spring or summer, but I would love to make this, and I think it would be a really great skirt for the summer. If you want something that is a little bit more easy or beginner friendly, I would suggest the maxi skirt Butterick B6749 or the Butterick B6999. Now, both of these patterns are practically the same pattern. The Butterick B6999 is a new release, and this just came out for the summer, the Butterick Summer Collection of 2024. But I believe that that is a reproduction of the Butterick B6749. It looks almost identical. So if you have that Butterick B6749, as I do, you don't have to go out and get the Butterick B6999. I absolutely love the Butterick B6749 because it comes with an additional variation that the Butterick B6999 does not have. And I'll put an image here of both the patterns cover for Butterick B6749 and also Butterick B6999. And then also if I can find some pictures of the Butterick B6749 that I just recently made, or I made a couple years ago. I've made this several times because it's one of my go-to skirt patterns. But if I can find the pattern, I will definitely, if I can find the dress that I've made with it, the skirt that I've made with it, I would definitely put images here so that way you can actually see what it looks like. So one of the reasons why I love the Butterick B6749 over the Butterick B6999 is because, like I said, you get two different variations there. So with the Butterick B6749, you can do a 3-tiered maxi length skirt, or with the Butterick B6749, you can also do just a regular maxi skirt or a mid-calf skirt or midi skirt without the tiers. And so you do have those two options if you don't want to do a skirt with the tier. But again, this is going to be perfect for the spring and the summer. I think these types of skirts give you a lot of room, and also they're very voluminous. And then also I really love the fact that, again, you can either do a tiered skirt or you could do a simple skirt, and it has a lot of room so that air can flow through it, and so you won't be so hot and feel like weighed down with these types of skirts, especially if you choose a breathable fabric. So I really like that as a choice for spring and summer. So if you like boho styles, I would recommend the McCall's M8090 or the Butterick B6993. So now the Butterick B6993 is also a reproduction of the McCall's M8090. So with the Butterick B6993, this is a new release. This is a summer 2024 new release for Butterick. However, if you look at the line art and also the details of both of these patterns, the Butterick B6993 and the McCall's M8090, they are still the same pattern. So if you have the McCall's M8090, you don't have to run out and get the Butterick B6993. The McCall's M8090 came out a couple years ago, and so you may have that in your stash. If you don't, I think both of these are the same pattern, so it really doesn't matter which one you choose. I do like this for summer because, again, you have three different tiers and also different selections. You can do a dress with or without sleeves. You have this really nice high stand-up collar. It has a boho style, and it's also really loose. And so if you are someone who likes loose fitting garments, but you also like dresses, I think this would be a really great fit for summer and spring. There's also the True Bias Roscoe dress and blouse. Again, if you like these boho styles, the True Bias Roscoe dress, I have that pattern, but I have not made it yet. I think that this would be a really great summer and spring friendly garment as well, because you do have an option to do a blouse that's also very roomy and it's loose fitting. You also have a dress that you can make, and the dress you can put a tier on the lower edge of the dress as well. So again, if you love boho styles or really loose fitting dress styles, that also would be a really great option. If you like loose fitting dress styles, but you don't really like the ruffles or the gathers or the tiers, I would suggest the Butterick B6769. Now in this pattern, you do get other pattern choices as well. So you have a dress, you have a top, and then you have two different variations of a top, and that top you can do a long sleeve or you could do a short sleeve. And then for the dress, you have this beautiful long maxi dress that has a slit in the side, and you have these grown on sleeves. And so it's really easy, straightforward. I have not made the dress pattern out of this, but I did make top A. I don't have any pictures for that yet because I didn't do a pattern review or take pictures for it, but it did turn out really well. It's very simple, easy to sew. You don't have very many pattern pieces. I believe you have anywhere from 4 to 5 pattern pieces. So it's really simple and easy, especially for those individuals who want a quick dress. If you're a beginner or if you're someone who just want to sew something that's really quick, I think this would be a really great dress pattern to go with. Okay, so let's talk about top patterns. So first, I would recommend the Me ME2052. This is a pattern by Nikki Brooks. She also goes by Beauty J'adore here on YouTube and on Instagram and on TikTok. And so she is a designer for the Me brand. And this pattern, the Me ME2052, came out last year, and I haven't had a chance to make this one either, but I think that this would be a really great top pattern. The loose fitting button up top with the drop shoulders seems to be trending, and I think that this would be such a really great spring and summer make, especially if you choose a lightweight fabric. I can see this in a sheer fabric, I can see it in a cotton, I can see it in a voile or challis. It's just so many different options that you can actually choose from when selecting this type of style. And you can also pair it with shorts, you can pair it with pants, you can pair it with a skirt. It's just so easy to style these types of tops. If you don't want the Me ME2052, again, this pattern has a drop shoulder, and you're going to attach the sleeve to the drop shoulder. And you do also have a cuff, you have a back yoke, you have quite a few details here with this particular pattern. But if you want something a little bit more simple, I would suggest the Butterick B6947 or the B6946. So they're the same pattern. It's just one is a plus size and one is a regular size pattern. And the plus sizes for this is 20W to 28W and 30W to 38W. And then the regular sizes are 4 to 12 and 12 to 20. So you do get a great deal of sizes with this one versus the Me pattern. I think the Me pattern is 8 to 16 and 18 to 26. I haven't seen any plus sizes with this one. So if you are someone who wants to sew this and you need a bigger size, I would definitely say go with the Butterick pattern, the B6947. So if you're looking for top patterns that are more like a t-shirt or something that you can actually just throw on, it's more of a t-shirt than a blouse, I would suggest the Burda 6329. This is a raglan top. I made this a couple years ago, and I made it in a velvet material, and it is a stretchy velvet material, and it was so nice and fancy, and I loved it because I made it for Christmas. It's just such a beautiful top. But you can use any type of knitted fabric with this. You can use a double brush knit, you could use a jersey knit. There's just so many different options that you can actually choose to make this top. Now the top have 3 different views. You have a top that have a raglan flutter sleeve, you have a top that has a long flutter sleeve, and you also have a top, I think it has like a little tie that you can put at the edge of the top as well. All views are standard in terms of the length, and I think it comes up at the high hip, and so it's not like a really long top, and it's not a short or crop top or anything like that. So just a standard regular top that I think would be really fun to sew. It is a top that has pleats around the front neckline, which I absolutely love that as well, and it has a band around the neckline as well. And the size category for this one is 8 to 18, and it is classified as easy, and so I definitely think that your beginners and advanced beginners can definitely sew this, and it would be such a gorgeous top for the spring and the summer. Next, if you want like an actual true tee, I have 2 suggestions. The Burda 6820. This is one of my favorite tee and tee patterns, and it's just such a really fun sew. You have so many different variations in this, and it can take you through all seasons. So you have a crop top, you have just a regular length top, and you also have a top that have like a long sleeve, you have a short sleeve. You have so many different variations with this. All the variations have the crew neckline, so you do have a low cut. It's not low cut, but it's like a small low, not a deep V or a deep rounded neckline, but it is a little bit of a low scooped neckline, which is really fun. It comes in sizes 6 to 20, and I have found that this pattern is really nice, and it sews easily. I've made it several times. It's such a good pattern, and I would definitely suggest that one if you're looking for a tee. And then for the other suggestion I have the True Bias Ringo t-shirt. Now, I haven't made this myself, but it does have a lot of positive reviews for this on their website, also on Instagram, YouTube. Like, people have reviewed this so many times. It's such a really decent t-shirt, and I think that this would be really nice. In terms of sizes, it goes in sizes 0 to 18, with the 18 being 41.5 inches for the bust, and the 0 being 29 inches for the bust. And those are finished garment measurements. So you don't have like a big range there for sizes. However, I think it is for those who are in the regular size category. This would be a decent top to make, and I think it would be really fun to make for spring and summer. For dresses, I would suggest the Simplicity S9702. So I know I gave you some boho styles, but these are more fashionable type styles. So the Simplicity S9702, I made that one last year, and I classified that one as my go-to spring dress. I absolutely love it. It's such a fun make. You do have a few tiers that you're sewing on that are gathered, and so if you're not a fan of gathering or tiers, this might not be the pattern for you. However, it is a really fun pattern. I would say watch my pattern review of this, because it does have a deep V neckline. Watch my pattern review and see how I altered that so that I can close up that deep V neckline and also get this beautiful neckline that I actually altered in the pattern here. So I really love that one, and I would definitely say that that one's very spring and summer friendly, and I can't rave enough about that. And I think I'm going to make another variation of that dress this summer, or maybe even this spring. Next, the McCall's M8449. Now, this isn't a pattern that I've sewn yet, but it's definitely on my list. This came out in the early spring 2024 collection. This is Mrs. Dresses with Sash. You get sizes 8 to 16 and 18 to 26. It's basically a beautiful dress, a shirt dress that has a front button placket, and it's just a half a button placket. It doesn't go all the way down the entire dress. You get a sleeve that is either a grown-on sleeve, or you can actually attach a sleeve onto that grown-on sleeve and get a longer sleeve. It is a loose fitting style, so you do have a sash to cinch in the waist, but it is a loose fitting style. But it's a perfect, I think, shirt dress for the spring and summer. And then lastly, for the dresses, I would suggest the new Look N6766. Now, this is a pattern that is similar to a Vogue pattern that came out a couple years ago. People really loved it. Honestly, I think that they just reproduced that pattern under the New Look brand, because I think it's identical to the Vogue pattern. So if you have the Vogue pattern, I would suggest, sewing that one for the summer. But if you don't have the Vogue pattern and you want to get the New Look pattern, I would definitely get the New Look N6766, especially since Hobby Lobby is closing out all of their patterns. And now their patterns are 99¢. I would definitely say try to get a copy of this from Hobby Lobby if you can. I don't know if they had this collection in Hobby Lobby, since they were planning on not selling patterns anymore. But if you can get a copy, I would definitely say get the N6766. I think it's going to be a really fun pattern. You got two different variations, one that have a ruffle around the lower edge of the skirt and one that doesn't. And you also have sleeve variations as well. You can do one without a sleeve and one with a sleeve, and the sleeves are bishop sleeves. I cut the pattern for this, but I have not sewn it yet. I hope to sew it this spring or summer. So let's talk about short slacks or pants. So I would sew the Butterick B6947 or the 6946. It's a beautiful pattern. I actually sewed this pattern last year, and I made, I think, 3 variations of a pair of pants, or not pants, I'm sorry, a pair of shorts. They are so easy and simple to sew. You do have a zipper closure, but I think I included buttons on the front of mine, which is so easy to do. And it was just so simple, easy, straightforward. I'm definitely going to sew a couple more this year. I want to make a few more alterations to the pattern to get like a better fit. But I absolutely love the way that these sewed up, and I will go ahead and put the link either here as an iCard or in the description box below, so you could go over and watch the pattern review of that. I also recommend the Simplicity S9376. This pattern is phenomenal. I made a couple of versions of these as well, and I absolutely love the pattern. I definitely would recommend this one if you are someone who wants some slacks, or something that's really easy to make but also breathable for the summer. You can make these with linen type fabric or any type of cotton blend, or like a sateen type fabric, bottom weight sateen fabric. Or if you want to use polyester, you could do that as well. If you could make a pair in like linen or some type of natural fat fiber, I would definitely say go for it. I made these and I have a pattern review of this as well. So I'll try to include that in the description box as well. And then lastly, I would definitely say get yourself like a jacket pattern. And I'll put a few of my recommendations here, like a really lightweight jacket pattern to kind of complete your mini capsule wardrobe. We will have days when it's raining or when we have a slight breeze or when it's cooler than some days. And so a really lightweight jacket pattern would be really great, whether it's a blazer pattern or whether it's like a lightweight denim type pattern. And I'll put again some recommendations here that I think would be really great for you to sew this spring and summer. I almost forgot, before I close out the video, I want to share with you all a bonus pattern. So this is the new Look 6414. So this is the shirt that I'm wearing, and I made this about a few months ago. Minerva sponsored me the fabric. It's called a jelly popcorn fabric, and I made view, let's see here, I made view D, actually view A, I think, but with view B sleeve. So I did like a mashup between the patterns. This pattern come in a size 8 to 20. And if you want to learn more about this, I have a pattern review of this one as well. I think this one would be perfect for spring. You can also sew it in summer. It's more of a baby doll type look. I have a full review of this on the channel, so make sure that you look at the pattern review for that if you're interested in sewing this. I love this. I think it's really fun. It can go from spring, like I said, spring, summer, and even fall. The pattern suggestions are batiste, charmeuse, cotton lawn, cotton types, crepe back satin, crepe de chine, dotted Swiss, double georgette, gauze, silky types, and voile type fabrics. So I use a viscose challis fabric, and so you can definitely use something like that. It's really simple and easy to sew, and like I said, it's so spring and summer friendly, and so I would definitely include this on the list as well. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure you like, comment, and share the video as well. And if you have any recommendations for spring and summer, for patterns that you feel like are must-haves, please make sure that you put those names of the patterns or the pattern numbers in the comment section below. I can't wait to hear your thoughts of this video and also your recommendations. And I hope you all have a blessed and happy sewing week. Bye.